Hey, I'm Zack Zeller, America's #1 practical nutrition coach, and I'm here to tell you about the science of how exercise is not the best way to lose weight, right? So this kind of started, it kind of hit me when I was, of course, drinking a milkshake a few years ago. Now, I was at this point where I was kind of hopping from diet to diet, which of course made me crave that creamy, cool, sweet, fatty taste of milkshakes. So I'd eat great all week. On the weekend, everything was fair game. And now I was having this fairly sized milkshake, probably about the size of my head, and it tasted good. First few sips, I'm also weird about this, that I just like to get that clean plate award. I guess just the way I was raised, that when I start eating something, I like to keep going until I finish it. I don't leave half a plate. These days I'm a little bit better about that, but something that you got to work on. And I drank this whole smoothie. I was so full. I felt so bad too because I was working really hard all week and eating dangerously low levels of food. This is before I kind of figured out how to balance and do all that. A little bit of a shot to the past. So I understand how it feels to be working so hard and just have these cravings and give in to them and feel like you're just restarting every single week on a new diet because it's just not working. So what I ended up doing is I got home and we had this it was like the Total Gym or something. One of those fold up gym things. Yeah, it's like a pulley system, and you can get on the board, and you could like do different exercises. And to do cardio on those, you can basically like squat and bring your hands down, and I don't know. It was this whole weird thing, but I felt so bad after eating all that stuff that what I did is I put on Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I had about 90 minutes, and I just tried to keep moving that whole time to burn off the smoothie, and it didn't work. I mean, with 90 minutes of exercise, just like continuous, long, slow cardio kind of stuff, you burn maybe 300 calories. That smoothie had like 1,200. So the numbers don't add up when you try to exercise to lose weight. If you think about it, you burn calories four main ways. There's your metabolism, so just your organs functioning, your brain going. That's where the bulk of 2,000 calories a day comes from, that nice round number. Then there's whatever your physical activity is. So exercise, things like that. Depending on how active you are or how much you exercise, you can kind of change that a little bit, but that's just part of the whole. And it's not ever going to be as much as that 2,000 calories you burn a day just living. Then it's non-exercise activity. So if you fidget at work, if you park far away and kind of have to walk to your office, if you take the stairs, that kind of stuff you're moving around, but it's not really exercise. Like all these hand motions I do when I talk, that's burning calories. It's not exercise, but it still adds up to my total. Lastly, you do use up some energy when you're digesting and processing food, so that it's probably the same amount of calories you can get from like a cup of coffee. It's not gonna make or break anything. It's just about 100 calories, but it's there. So when you look at all of these different sections, you have about 2,000 calories just from your metabolism, about 100 from the thermic effect of food. You can get with exercise, if you're moderately active, maybe 300 calories a day. But then that effect also goes down with time as you get used to exercise. You become more efficient, you burn fewer calories. And then there's just that non-exercise thermic activity where you're walking or whatever, and your body adapts to that as well. And that, it's not going to make or break your metabolism. So really, it comes down to food. Because if you have any idea of the energy in food. An apple, a medium-sized apple, is about 300 calories. If you're having like a plate of French fries, that could be 600 calories. It's a lot easier to take in calories through food than it is to burn them through activity. So what you want to do is you want to be more mindful of the types of foods and the amounts of these foods that you're eating. Really, if you kind of shift it, I did another video on fat burning foods that I'll put in the links, and I showed this baby of the caloric density of foods. So really, if you're eating more towards this end, you don't have to worry about the amount of the food because you'll be limited by how much space you have in your gut. So it's kind of like a natural feedback mechanism to understand that, you eat until you're full, and if you do that, then you won't have any spillover into fat gain. But if you're eating really dense, really calorically dense sources of food, like peanut butter, you're not going to feel full before you eat a tremendous amount of energy. So really the trick is to focus more on nutrition and then use exercise as a way to gain muscle or gain fitness towards a specific goal, but don't make it your first attack on body fat. Hope that makes sense. It was tough for me to say, but we got through it. And again, I'm Zack from dailynutritionhq.com. If you like this video, then subscribe to find out when I come out with more. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And until the next one, have an awesome day.